Welcome to my channel, Echoes of Ancient Minds, where the timeless wisdom of ancient civilizations comes alive. Here we explore forgotten philosophies, sacred texts, and profound ideas that continue to shape the way we think, live, and understand the world. Today we're exploring one of the shortest yet most profound texts in Indian philosophy, the Mandukya Upanishad. Have you ever wondered, are you truly awake right now? It sounds like a strange question. You're watching this video. You can see, you can hear, you can think. So of course you're awake. Or are you? More than 2,000 years ago, ancient Indian philosophers made an extraordinary claim. They said what we call being awake is only one of 4 states of consciousness. The other 3 are just as important. One of them is so mysterious that they believed it could reveal the deepest truth about who we really are. By the end of this video, you'll understand these 4 states, and you may never think about your own mind the same way again. The 4 states of consciousness explained, Mandukya Upanishad. Chapter 1. The hidden journey we take every day. Every single day, without realizing it, you travel through different worlds. You wake up, you dream, you sleep deeply, then you wake again. It seems ordinary, but the sages who composed the Mandukya Upanishad believed these weren't just different parts of your day. They were windows into understanding consciousness itself. Let's begin with the first one. Chapter 2, the first state, waking. Imagine you're walking through a busy street. You hear traffic, you smell food, you feel the wind, you talk with friends. This is the waking state. In Sanskrit, it is called Jagrat. Here your attention is focused on the outside world. Everything feels real. Your job, your family, your goals, your worries. Most people spend their entire lives believing this is the only reality that matters. But the ancient sages asked a simple question. If this is the only reality, why does it disappear every night? That brings us to the second state. Chapter 3, the second state, dreaming. Close your eyes for a moment. Think about your last dream. Maybe you were flying. Maybe you met someone from the past. Maybe it felt completely real. While dreaming, you don't usually know you're dreaming. Inside the dream, everything seems true. This state is called Svapna. The Mandukya Upanishad says that in dreams, the mind creates its own world. No mountains, no rivers, no people actually standing there. Yet your experience feels real. The sages asked another fascinating question. If dreams can feel completely real, how do we know our waking experience is as solid as we think? This question has inspired philosophers for centuries. But there is another state that is even more mysterious. Chapter 4, the third state, deep sleep. Now think about a night when you slept deeply. No dreams, no thoughts, no worries. Hours passed. Yet when you woke up, you said, I slept really well. But here's the mystery. If there were no thoughts, who knew that you slept peacefully? The sages called this state Sushupti, deep sleep. In this state, the mind becomes quiet. The world disappears. Dreams disappear. Even your sense of I seems absent, yet something remains. This mystery led ancient philosophers to ask an even deeper question. Is there an awareness that exists beyond thoughts themselves? Their answer became the fourth state. Chapter 5, the fourth state, Turiya. Now we arrive at the most extraordinary teaching of the Mandukya Upanishad. The fourth state, Turiya. Interestingly, Turiya doesn't mean another place you visit. It isn't ordinary waking. It isn't dreaming. It isn't deep sleep. It is described as pure awareness, the silent background in which all experiences appear and disappear. The Upanishad says it cannot be fully described with words. It cannot be seen like an object. It cannot be imagined. It can only be realized through direct experience. This idea has inspired generations of philosophers, meditators, and spiritual seekers. Whether one accepts it literally or sees it as a philosophical insight, it encourages us to ask, who am I beyond my changing thoughts and experiences? Chapter 6. What does this mean for us today? You don't need to live in a cave to reflect on this teaching. Even in today's busy world, these 4 states remind us that our experience is constantly changing. Thoughts change, dreams change, emotions change, life changes. The Mandukya Upanishad invites us to notice this change and to ask whether there is something deeper that remains constant. It doesn't demand belief. It invites exploration. Perhaps that is why this short Upanishad continues to inspire people thousands of years after it was written. Tonight, when you fall asleep, notice your journey, from waking to dreaming to deep sleep, and ask yourself, who is the one experiencing all these states? Maybe the greatest mystery isn't somewhere in the stars. Maybe it has been quietly unfolding within you every single day. Thank you for joining us on Echoes of Ancient Minds. If you enjoyed this exploration, please like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who loves philosophy, history, or spirituality. What do you think? Which of the four states fascinates you the most? Tell us in the comments below. Until our next journey, keep questioning, keep seeking, and keep listening to the echoes of ancient minds.